I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Now is the time to make real the promises of democracy. Now is the time to rise from the dark and desolate valley of segregation to the sunlit path of racial justice. Now is the time to lift our nation from the quicksands of racial injustice to the solid rock of brotherhood. Now is the time. Again and again, we must rise to the majestic heights. No, we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty.
1968 started with the Tet Offensive in Vietnam and ended with the return of Richard Nixon. In between, we lost both Martin Luther King Jr. and Bobby Kennedy, and we lost them just 8 weeks apart. Whether we choose to acknowledge it or not, we are all responsible for each other and the world, which is exactly the way it is, because consciously or unconsciously we have made it so. And while none of us made any of the rules that govern the universe, we do make all the rules that govern our own hearts. And we are all beneficiaries of those many heroic strangers who have gone before us over the centuries, who assure us that the world is still a wonderful and safe place despite our fears. And we're not asked to do great things, we're asked to do all things with great care. In a culture of so many compromised values and so much cynicism, a culture that all too often knows the price of everything and the value of nothing, and yet there remains a very real and mysterious yearning deep within every human heart that compels us to reach outside of ourselves and help others for our own sake. My fondest wish for each and every one of you young people here today is that you will find something in your life worth fighting for, because when you do, you will have discovered a way to unite the will of the Spirit to the work of the flesh.